Previously on Taverns and Caverns. Cat and Co. did battle with a chained devil at the top of Galbury Keep Ruins. With the help of Cameros and Aviris, we were able to defeat the chained devil. Afterwards, we happened upon the ring that the Skull Reaver had requested us to retrieve, as well as a scroll that revealed the location of the fallen dragon Xandos. Aviris, always keen to learn more history, seeks to visit the location of Xandos' corpse after his battle with the gods Solaris and Armos. Episode 32, An Ancient Returns.
Welcome back to another episode of Taverns and Caverns, everyone. This is your DM, Haphazard DM, and we'll be continuing our story where we last left off with the party doing battle with a chain devil, or chain demon, or whatever you want to call it. The party succeeded in defeating the chain devil with the help of the NPCs Cameros and Aviris, as well as Yaito. Don't forget about Yaito. He's always forgotten, damn it. But after defeating the chain devil, the party found a scroll in the Galbury Keep Ruins where, after reading it, Aviris mentioned it held the location of where the Dragon Lord Xandos, the Raging Fire, had fallen after his battle with the two gods of a god of strength and the goddess of the sun. And Aviris, having now this location, she wants to investigate and find out if there's any clues or if there's anything she can find that might bring back some more information that she's seeking. Obviously, no one has seen where Xandos had fallen and no one has found his remains. So this would be a major historical event, truthfully, for the people of Tirister. So with that, we'll just say Aviris and Cameros, after finding the rest of the items on this floor of the Galbury Keep Ruins, they're going to make their way back out of the ruins. I'm assuming the party wishes to follow and you guys don't really wish to stay here any longer. Is that correct?
Yeah. Pretty fucking done with this place.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and do a quick fast travel. You guys are all leaving the ruins with Cameros and Aviris, and you guys step outside of the ruins and you make your way back down the small mountain that you climbed up to get to it. And you guys finally come back towards the bridge you all had to cross. And across from the bridge, you guys can see Elroy is still there waiting for you. He's not watching or looking at your guys' direction. He's kind of just sitting in his wagon, looking a little bored. You can see he has a little fire and a tent set up on the side. But as you guys get to the bridge, Cameros and Aviris are ahead of you. And Cameros just looks back at the party and he just holds his hand out towards the bridge. Well, it seems like we're going to have to cross this thing. Are you guys in need of assistance this time around? Because last time you guys had quite a lot of trouble crossing this easy little broken bridge. You know what I mean?
There was quite a lot of wind to push us off the bridge.
Yes.
I can probably fly across, but I don't really feel like taking anyone with me this time.
I'm not even going to entertain the fact that you're trying to bring out the worst in me right now. I'm
You guys
kind
are
of
heavy.
okay.
Cameros just chuckles. Well, we could help you across really quick for a pretty little gold if you'd like to offer us some.
I'd rather die. I'd rather eat a jean jacket than take your fucking help.
A jean jacket? What is wrong with you? That's disgusting. I don't think that'd go very well in your stomach.
We wouldn't fit anyway. Don't you have that big painting on your back?
Yeah, I do. It's probably worth 5,000 gold or so.
I'm not laughing.
Well, Aviris here can help you guys across if you ask her nicely.
No, I have something to prove. But thank you, though.
Aviris, my dear, would you be able to help my allies across the bridge?
Damn! Eddie said, fuck you guys.
He said my allies. He didn't even say him.
I can fly!
Yeah.
Aviris looks at Ediar. I guess so. You guys helped me find the location of Xandos' corpse, so it's the least I can do. Everyone gather around me, and I can just teleport us across the bridge.
The fuck? He sooner doesn't have that spell.
Much appreciation. I'll be on my way now. Ediar's going to just fly over.
Ediar, the wind is still blowing.
You gonna make some rolls?
Yes, you're going to have to make me rolls. But really quick, before Ediar begins flying over, Aviris gathers everyone except Ediar, and she begins to chant the spell of teleportation, and all of you are teleported across the bridge, except for Ediar, who has said he was going to fly over it. As you guys are teleported across the bridge, Cameros looks at the rest of you. See? That's how we got across. Magic.
I mean, you didn't even do it. Why are you so...
I know, no skill whatsoever.
Yeah,
Because I technically don't have to do it. I could do it on my own. I just prefer not to.
No, technically, we don't have to do anything either. We make Ediar do it, but...
I think with my head, okay? Your friend over there has to make his way over here, though, and it's still pretty windy. Let's see how he does, right?
Why do you want him to fail so
I don't want him to fail. I just want to watch him to see what happens. All right, Ediar. So as you're coming across, I need you to make me some saves, buddy.
Gotcha.
Roll like fire.
All right, so go ahead. As you're flying across, the wind is still as powerful as it was when you first crossed this bridge. So as you're flying over, go ahead and make me either a dexterity saving throw or a strength saving throw. Let's see. All right, so you have a 13. So as Ediar begins to fly over the bridge with a strength of 13, he feels himself slowly being pulled back by the wind, but he's able to keep his posture, and he's able to continue his way past the first half of the bridge. And as he reaches the midway point of the bridge, he feels another gust of wind begin to push him in the other direction. Make me another strength saving throw. With a 17, Ediar is able to ignore the gust, and he lands beautifully across the bridge.
See, pretty easy. Did you do?
Cameros looks
Are you done?
At Ediar. Not bad. It seems like you crossing by yourself is a lot better than you carrying somebody. It makes sense, though. Oh, well, I was kind of hoping to see you struggle a little bit, you know? Be a little entertaining, but this works, too.
How dare you?
As you guys all cross and get over, Elroy's ears perk up. He hears you guys crossing, and he slowly steps out of his tent, and he looks over at you guys. Oh, my gosh! You're all alive! And he runs over. All of you are back! Oh, my God. I was so worried. You know how scary it is waiting out here by myself with just my 2 oxen? They're like lunch or dinner for like the monsters and stuff out here. Luckily, no one attacked us or nothing attacked us. What did you guys find?
Do you know how scary it was to watch you drop my flask and I could do nothing about it? I've been out here sober all this time. So
Whoa,
let's just make it clear.
I didn't drop your flask. You told me to throw it.
That's not how I remember it.
You did tell him to throw it.
No one asked you. That's besides the point. It's been hard for everyone, but I'm glad to see you're safe and that you didn't bail on us.
Of course I wouldn't bail. I'm ride or die, bitches.
You have proven yourself.
Very many times. And look, I'm sorry about your flask, okay? We can get you a new one, a better one, next time we get to town. How's that? We can go shopping for a new one. I'm assuming you guys found some awesome treasure in there.
Define awesome.
Damien spreads his legs if he's in an archer stance. He pulls out the javelin and holds it up.
Where'd you pull it out of?
Don't ask questions.
That's for me to know and for you to pay for.
Make that statement.
You found that javelin in there? What's it do?
Oh, nothing. Just gives me super thunder powers. Or lightning powers. Weather powers. Whatever.
So you just like throw it and lightning shows up?
That's my understanding. It didn't really come with a manual and I've yet to use it, but my expectations are high.
That's so cool. What else did you
cool.
guys find?
I've got a shield. A shield of arrow catching, I do believe.
Oh, a shield that catches arrows? That's pretty badass. Like, did you find the ring you were looking for that you guys all needed to get?
Yes. You know what else we found?
What?
I found low HP.
Right. I still have 8.
Damn. What fucked you up? What fucked you all up so badly? What was in there?
A chain devil.
A what?
Some big bastard trying to take our souls.
Did you just say a devil?
A devil.
That's scary.
Yeah, I mean, your friend Damien could have been really rich and sought after, but they made sure that didn't happen.
You would have had no soul.
I'm not seeing an issue. I'm not seeing a difference.
Trust
You would
me.
not get the
If
beat
you
with your
had
loved
your
ones in
soul
the afterlife.
taken, if you had your soul taken from the demon, trust me, you would know. It's a good thing you did not allow the chain devil to, or whatever, the barbed devil take your soul, Damien. That would have been bad, and we probably would have had to kill you.
You could have tried. I feel like evil me would just be so badass. Like, I feel like my eyes would glow. I'm giving myself too much credit here. But I
feel
would
like
want you
evil
guys to try to
wouldn't be
kill me.
much different than current you.
Flattering, yet not crazy about that comment you just made. I've done a lot for you.
If you are evil, that would be a bad thing for your family, yes?
Well, no. I feel like, they would be exempt.
It's not how that works.
We don't know unless we try, okay?
I
I'm a
don't
man
think
of God. I know.
I don't think that's something you want to try, Damien.
Fine. I'm not even going to entertain it anymore because I'm going to be sad.
Well, anyways, you guys look all tired and beat up. Let's get in the wagon and head back to town. How about that? You guys want to head back to Port Windrock and get some relaxation a little bit?
You going to buy us drinks?
Yes.
Yeah, we can
please.
buy drinks. You guys did awesome, right? You found treasure, you got the ring, and you got to come out of a ruins alive that everyone, I guess, perishes when they attempt to look at it. So yeah, that's cool.
Oh, I was hoping you'd buy the drinks, Or Cameros, since he found this really, really expensive treasure painting. Whatever.
Maybe I'll buy you all some drinks. We'll see. Once we get back to town, we can figure it out. Since we're both going in the same direction, why don't we travel together this time? I know Aviris doesn't like to travel with others, but you all have proven yourself. I wouldn't mind traveling back to town with you guys. Maybe we'll share some drinks or two tonight, not tonight, but when we get to town.
Sounds good. I'll treat you to a goat milk.
Oh, I don't prefer the milk, my friend. That's all you.
What?
You
So do
heard.
you like all types of milk, like just mammal milk in general? Or do you have a preference?
There's a preference.
Yeah, there's goat milk, there's cow milk.
Milk is milk.
Okay.
I guess.
The more exotic, the better.
So you do have a preference.
Eh.
What's considered exotic?
It
Griffin.
doesn't have any pulp in it.
Excuse me? Milk?
Pure.
Pulp? This sounds disturbing.
Terrible.
All right. So, Elroy jumps back onto his wagon after taking down his tent and everything. And as you guys are all packing your things to get back onto the wagon, Aviris and Cameros, they stop you guys for a moment.
Oh, we forgot to share the treasure amongst each other, right? Here, this is what we found. Do you guys want it?
Yes.
Oh, give me a minute here.
Cameros is digging into his bag of some of the treasure they came across when you guys split up from each other down below in the ruins.
Mhm.
And Cameros pulls out a few stones from his pouch. He has 2 garnets and 1 onyx. And he looks at the 2 garnets and 1 onyx. He holds them out to the party.
Well, you guys can have these stones. The 2 garnets, I'm going to assume, are probably about 100 gold each. And this onyx, probably about 50 gold. It's your guys to split amongst each other however you want. I did also come across some gold that I snatched up while we were in the basement of the ruins. 300 gold, you guys can have it. Split it amongst yourselves.
Noma puts down the scroll, and I made a mistake. I did have the shield. It's in my inventory.
Oh, okay. So you have the arrow catching shield.
Yep, so he puts the arrow catching shield and the scroll down.
Okay. So he gives you guys 300 gold to split however you want. I'll write that down so we remember. So 300 gold, and then you have the 2 garnets and 1 onyx, which is about 250 gold.
Mm-hmm.
And then Cameros, he throws his cloak to the side, and he shows off this old-looking belt that he has put on and replaced with his other belt. He goes, I also found this sparkling belt. It allows me to cast dancing lights once per day. I'm going to keep this one in case I go to a tavern one night and I want to dance my heart out, you know?
I'll embarrass you.
Not with this sparkling belt of mine.
I don't need shit but a terry cloth. I can dance circles around you ass naked.
Well, you know what I can do with this belt? It's called a sparkling belt with dancing lights. I can make dancing lights fly around the room like a disco ball.
What's
that doesn't
disco?
make you a good dancer. That just sets the mood for me to beat you.
We'll have to test this out next time we're at a tavern.
Just make sure you put some gold on it, bro.
Oh, for sure. We'll see. But the 300 gold and those stones, you guys can have it. The painting's mine. You guys took a ring of I don't know what it does. It's probably worth a lot, so I'm going to take this painting. And you guys got some scrolls and a shield and a javelin. I think we're even.
I would agree.
Aviris, can you read the scroll?
Aviris looks over at Nomu. She holds her hand out. Sure, let me see it.
There you go.
She takes the scroll and she carefully opens it, and she kind of glazes over the scroll for a moment, and then she looks back up at Nomu. It's a scroll of the fireball spell.
Sweet.
You can cast it just by using the scroll if you prefer, or you can give it to a wizard or someone that can copy it into their spell book. I don't know. It's a decent spell. It does quite a bit of damage. I'm assuming you know what a fireball is.
Oh, of course.
Well, that's what that is. Anything else?
Thank you.
Who here has a spell book?
Nobody. That is a wizard.
Oh, that means no one was going to keep it.
So if you were a wizard class, you could copy it into your spell book for future use and actually learn the spell, or you can just use the scroll as a one-time item and cast Fireball.
Oh, that's happening.
So if you want to keep that, put that in your inventory.
Oh, that's happening right now.
So because no one's a wizard in the party, I've decided as DM that I prefer to have scrolls be usable items in the world of D&D.
Mm-hmm.
So if you find scrolls and you know how to read the scroll and you know what the spell is, you guys can use that scroll as an item, basically.
Cool.
Oh, snap.
All right. So with that, Aviris and Cameros, they begin to make their way back towards Port Windrock. That's the closest town to the Galbury Keep Ruins. And all of you are on the wagon with Elroy and his oxen. And we'll go ahead and do a quick fast travel. And when you guys return to Port Windrock, you come across the entrance where you guys had left near Pobin's old house. And as you guys enter Port Windrock, it's almost night. It's probably about 5:30 in the afternoon or the evening, whatever you want to call it. The sun is still out, but it's going to be night anytime soon. And as you guys make way past the gates, Aviris and Cameros, they look your way, and Cameros just nods his head to the party. Well, for now, this is farewell. Aviris and I have things to attend to. I'm assuming you all want to rest just as much as we do. I need a nice bath. I need some drinks, possibly a nice bed to lay in for the night. I know Aviris here definitely wants to go and see where Xandos, the Raging Fire's body, may be. I don't know if she wants you guys to come with us. So she looks over at Aviris and she looks at the party. Well, finding the remains of Xandos will be something of historical value. There might be treasures near his corpse that you guys may want to come and look at. I wouldn't mind if you accompanied us to see the remains, if that's something you truly wish to do. But I would prefer to go and see it right away, preferably tomorrow morning, if that is something you're all wanting to do. I am not going to wait for you all, but if you want to join us, you're more than welcome to.
I kind of want to go.
We'll see it.
I want to go as well.
Aviris just nods her head and she smiles at the party. That is what I thought you would say. I mean, this is something no one has ever seen before. We'll get to see the skeletal remains of a dragon lord slain by Solaris, the goddess of the sun, and Almas, the god of strength. This is something no one has seen. We'll be seeing something for the first time. And who knows? The remains might have valuable treasures on it. And Cameros, his ears perk up. Treasures is why I'm here. And Aviris, she just shakes her head. I'm more in it for the knowledge, and I wish to see if Xandos truly is lying there as a corpse. Hopefully, we arrive and find his corpse and not a place that has nothing, or that would be troubling information. But I have much to discuss with people around town, and I have to get some rest. So if you wish to accompany us, I would say meet us here at the southern gates of town at 7 a.m. in the morning. Does that sound fine for you all?
7 a.m.
Sounds
should be doable.
Oh, it's so early. Fine.
Good. Then
We'll
I
see you
will
then.
meet you all tomorrow at 7 a.m. And with that, Aviris and Cameros begin to walk off, leaving the party standing there near the gates. And as you guys are standing there, Elroy looks at the party.
Well, I mean, so what do we do now other than go rest? Is what's his name supposed to come find you guys once you get the ring, or how's this working?
Don't mention anything about that guy. Just pretend he doesn't exist.
Okay, so should we all hit up the Adventurers Guild Tavern and get some drinks and rest up and eat?
Yes, that sounds preferable. I want a milk now.
I want some food. Food sounds good.
I would actually prefer something as well other than the tea that I have, and I am running low on my tea. So yes, I would agree. Let's go to the Adventurers Guild.
Very well. I guess that's where we're going.
So you guys head towards the guild and the tavern that you guys once were, which is where the map is now. And as you guys enter the tavern, it's fairly empty. There's still two of the guild members behind the behind the bar and the tables back. You don't see anyone else in the tavern at this point, though, other than your party. But as you guys step into the tavern, one of the guild members looks your way and he raises his hand and waves. Ah, welcome back.
How do you?
I missed you. I don't even know you, and I missed you.
The guild member, he steps out from behind the desk where he's at. There's another guild member, the female. She seems to be working and writing into some scrolls. But he comes to the group. Ah, you all look tired and weary from your travels. Sit. What kind of drinks and food can I bring you?
I want meat and milk.
Oh, I was
Meat.
like, that's different.
And milk. Okay. What about the rest of you?
Scotch, neat. Wait your turn, Eddie R. Beef stew. Whatever bread you have. Hopefully it's garlic or cheese or something. Otherwise, that's fine. And actually, make that a double shot.
Okay, very well. A double shot it is.
I would like to just a plate of food and a glass of water.
Oh, very well.
Yeah, just whatever you've got sitting out. No specification, no standards.
And
Okay.
you, my dear, he looks at Isundra.
I'm going to try the milk too.
Oh, God.
That perked Nomu's ears up.
All right. Elroy looks up at the man.
I will have myself give me a whole pitcher of ale and I want some. You know what? Deer meat sounds really good right now. Dry deer meat with some bread.
Oh, very well. And you, my good sir, he looks at Yaito, and Yaito looks up at the man. I will also try the milk, and preferably, do you have any rice?
Oh, yes, we have some rice.
I would love some rice and some of this deer meat that Elroy speaks of.
Very well. And the man takes all the orders and he goes off to the back. And within probably about 15 minutes, he comes back with everyone's order. You guys have a small little feast. All the drinks are there. I'm going to make a quick roll. It tastes wonderful. All of it.
He's yanking meat off the bone. Putting his face into the bowl, drinking the milk.
Jesus.
That's that good burn. Fuck.
You all right over there?
Yeah, I'm fine. Can I have another shot?
Damn.
Now
man-
for you.
The man hears Damien. He comes up with another shot. Here you go. Speaking of which, I did have a question for this party. I do remember you all took you destroyed, or I should say, you slayed the Winter Wolf Scar, and I do remember you guys also did take another quest to slay the troubling Sahagwins. Have you guys done that yet?
We're working on it. We just stopped by to rest.
You forgot.
I see. Well, I was just curious to see if that's what you guys just returned from doing. But if that's not something you've done yet, I would just like to know in case someone else decides to pick that quest up. The Sahagwins are very troubling, and they're attacking all the merchants attempting to come and go from our port. So if that's something you can do, I would greatly appreciate it if it's within the next day or two. But no rush, no worries. If you don't have the time right now, or if you're busy, other adventurers can accept the quest. But anyway, here is your shot. If you need anything else, let me know.
We're gonna get to it. It's just been hard, man.
Yaito looks at Damien. Well, I do have a request, if it does not trouble any of you. You are all going to seek out this remains of a dragon. Where I am from, in Shimara, I do not really wish to come across or defile the remains of a dragon, whether it be good or bad. Where I am from, we worship the dragons, and I do not wish to come across anything such as that. And I do not know the history of this Xandos of the Raging Fire. I would prefer to possibly skip out on this one. Maybe I can go and seek out to destroy these troubling Sahagwin while you guys are going to do this. Does this sound okay with you all?
You see, I'm not even sure we should go to the dragon anymore, since we just remember we had Sahagwins.
But I would like to go to the dragons.
If we don't go to the dragons deep, I don't want to go at all. I want the whole party.
Well, if you do not mind, the Sahagwins seem to be troubling the people here very much, and even attacking, and I wish to help the people of Port Windrock. I have gotten much help, and the people here are very kind, and I would like to give back in some way. I can deal with the Sahagwins. I can potentially find other adventurers. There were those other two that we met not too long ago, if I remember. The human, he was a Percival, and the halfling, Uvini. Perhaps they can help me in slaying the Sahagwins while you go and find out more of this dragon's remains.
Are you sure you'll be all right?
I think I will do fine. If we were able to defeat a devil and a chimera and the other monstrosities in the Galbury Keep Ruins, I would assume I can handle a few Sahagwin. Plus,
See, what you're
I feel
leaving
like
out
yourself.
is we did that. Nobody went alone, Yaito. I don't
I'm
know,
not
man.
going by myself. I will
But those
seek
two are
other adventurers.
newbies.
Yes, we should be okay.
I don't think so. Nomu will be accompanying you.
Oh,
Oh, but you wish to go see the dragon's remains tomorrow.
Yeah, but we took a quest. I want my
I don't know
money.
it's going to take that long. Can we go to look at the dragon after? Do we know? Can we find it on our...
Well, if you
Ourselves?
remember, they said we will have to take a ship from the ports into the ocean, and it
Oh.
might take a day or two.
I think we should go by ourselves.
The Sahagwan pirates, they attack the merchant ships, and we are attempting to be a decoy, and hopefully they attack us. That might take longer than a day. If you wish, I will wait for you here, and we can do it together. I do not know how long it will take you to seek out these dragons' remains, and I wish to help the people here, and I have no interest in these Xandos.
Damn, the fork in the road. No one has interest in that dragon, but
Can't we go?
he took a quest.
Can't we
took
go
a
on our
quest.
own and check out the dragon and shit?
Uh-oh, split the
Aviris
party.
has the location.
Oh,
You guys do not.
Uh-oh, splitting the party.
We can't just be co.
I mean, we could.
I mean, you guys could potentially go seek out the dragon and then come back and do the quest if that's something you want to try and do.
If
But
these noobs are still alive.
Yaito doesn't know how long you guys will take. That's the thing, and he doesn't really care much for Xandos, or he doesn't wish to defile the resting place of a dragon. That's more of his kind of thing from his past and his lifestyle. He wants nothing to do with the remains of a dragon. So
Understandable.
he is offering to wait for you guys, and then you guys can do the quest, or he can do it himself and seek out other adventurers in the Adventurers Guild to do that. He's just asking, since you guys initially took the quest, if you want him to wait for you, or if you guys don't mind him taking it on.
Wait, I don't want him splitting our money with other people.
Yeah, but the guild already said they want it done within like a day or so.
And what
don't-
if those two like young kids go and die?
They're gonna get dragged off into the darkness.
I mean,
I know,
if
and then
they're-
Yaito will be serving tears for tea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of don't want that to happen. Are we splitting up the party or something?
Yaito, he lets out a sigh. Well, how about this? I will wait here in town for you to return from seeking out the dragon. I will give you a day or two. Once you come back, we can go and slay the Sahagwans. But if you do not come back within the next 2 days, I will slay the Sahagwans myself.
Does he not like us?
I like you. But the people here are
is he trying to do?
having issues with the Sahagwan. People are dying. I wish to help them as soon as possible.
Now let's get this done quickly.
Yaito, a man for the people.
Yes, I wish to help the people of Port Windrock. They have
Yaito
shown me
2020.
nothing but kindness. So is this
I haven't
okay?
even been here that long. What do you
I
mean?
know, I mean, I have too, but you haven't offered to do
I
anything.
mean,
for
I
me.
have not been here very long, but I prefer the people here at Port Windrock versus the orcs that captured me.
Well, yeah.
Yes, so yes, I wish to help the people here. They are nice people. Maybe not Pobin and his thugs, but the other people I have met are very nice. I enjoy the company.
Yaito, no one said that we weren't gonna fucking help them. Jesus Christ.
well, it's a time thing, right? The
Shut up.
longer we wait. What do you mean, shut up? The longer we wait, the more people are injured, the more people are killed. He wants to help them as soon as possible.
Ediar understands my dilemma. But I will wait for you to return. But if you do not return fast enough, I will take on the quest with some other adventurers, and I can split my share with your party.
All I'm saying is Dragon Grave sounds like a main quest, and Yaito's thing sounds like a side quest. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the group.
I understand where Yaito's coming from, guys. I really do. But the dragon stuff, can you think about it? If we go and we find the legendary Dragon Lord Xandos' remains. Can you imagine what we can do with that information? The kings and the queens, none of them have ever seen it. None of them know of it. We will have knowledge that no one else does. And there might be really cool treasure, like Cameros said.
This is
Stop
true.
trying to get Damien so relaxed.
I want to make a weapon out of its bones.
Exactly.
Isn't this more of Aviris' alley? Discovering things, like, you know.
Yeah.
Well, the whole historical part is more her thing, but the money and the treasure that you can gain from it is more your thing, right, Damien?
Well, yeah, but a part of me.
Think of it this way. With this kind of information, if you brought this information to the King of Lande, it might boost your family's ranks and you might become noble. You might gain riches and stuff just for this information alone.
I also would like to know the historic values of it, because it does involve my goddess Solaris.
I knew that's why Eddie would have been involved. You know what I mean? He loves that goddess. And the story goes, she is one of the two that helped slay this dragon. So that'd be really cool to see it, right?
So what? It's our party, Aviris and Cameros? Because, I mean, I don't know. What if there's an actual dragon there? And, you know.
Talk to it.
If there's an actual real dragon, then we run the fuck away.
Yeah.
Or we kill it.
Rex.
Well, I don't know about that, idiot.
Or we die.
We'd have to come back later.
But, I mean, if the stories are true, which they're told all throughout Tiraster, we're going to come across some skeletons.
You can't make two characters who try to, like, tell us to go both ways. How are we supposed to know the right thing?
Because it's up
Damn
to
it.
Called juice.
Nomo doesn't want people to get hurt from Sahagwans anymore, though.
Yaito looks at the group.
Okay, I will wait for you here in town. I do not think it will take you very long to find the remains if it is somewhere in the Greythorn Forest.
You said it's like an hour or a day.
I do not know.
Why don't we just talk to them?
Who?
Aviris and Cameros.
You will have to find them.
Oh my
Or
God, they're
talk
in
to
this
them
town.
or talk to them tomorrow morning.
Why don't we just ask Aviris to tell us where it is? We'll do the Sahagin, and then we go to where they are meeting.
Yeah, we could do that. If she gives us the information.
Yeah, if she gives us. We're just gonna have to roll really high.
All right. So as you guys are talking amongst each other and eating, there's a few people that stumble into the tavern as time goes by. They're just walking around, doing their thing. But as time goes and you're finishing up your meal, the tavern door opens and you guys can see this figure step through the doors. He looks fairly large. He stands at about 6'4", pretty tall man. But he is a little off. He does not look like a human or any of the flesh. The figure that steps through the doors, standing about 6'4", he has this large red crimson cloak wrapped around one of his shoulders. And as the figure steps through, you notice it's not a man of flesh. It is what is known as a revenant. So in the world of Reverie, in D&D, there is a race called the Warforged. But in the world of Reverie, they're not called Warforged. I'm actually calling them Revenants in this world. I know we did a side story. In Side Story 1, Jacob played a Warforged, and we called it a Warforged at the time. I decided they are now going to be called Revenants in this world. So instead of Warforged, it is Revenant. This Revenant steps through the doors in this crimson cloak over one shoulder, standing about 6'4". The Revenant is a very bulky framed Revenant, and you can see that his body is mostly framed by wood. And all along the outer portion of the wood, he has plates that are basically installed all over his body as if it was armor. And on his face, which he's not covering at all, he has this bright glowing blue coming from his eye sockets, kind of like a robot.
But the one thing you do notice on his head, other than his glowing eyes, you notice on his forehead, he has this golden V on his head. Think of like the Gundam or like a samurai's helmet.
Mm-hmm.
And the Revenant, as he steps in, he looks around the tavern at several of the people, and then he spots your party. And he steps up to the party. And he looks at you all. You are Cat & Co., correct?
And you are?
Maybe.
I am what they call stalwart.
What?
I got it. You're
Star what?
defensive. What
Stalwart.
are you here for?
Stalwart?
Yes.
Wart?
Stalwart.
Stalwart.
Yes.
Like a wart?
No.
No. The word stalwart. Stalwart.
Yeah, wart.
Not a wart. Stalwart.
Mm. Gross.
I have come for the ring.
He knows about the ring.
What ring?
Who do you work for? And what are you talking about?
He slowly moves his right arm to the side, pushing his red crimson cloak off to the side a bit as he shows off on his hilt or his hips. He has this large katana, and on his back, he has this longbow strapped along his back, and he looks down at the party. I have come to collect what is due. Hand over the ring. You know why I am here.
Not until you tell us.
He looks at
Who is your employer?
He looks at Nomu. You know exactly who my employer is.
Who do you work for?
We must not speak of this name.
Okay, so
Yeah, that was convincing for him.
So, do you have the ring?
When did he start sending henchmen?
Right.
I mean, it's not like he has another job. He couldn't come show his own face. I mean, don't go back and tell him this. I'm just trying to figure out protocol and what to
At
expect.
Rogar, he can't risk showing up with him.
Who picked up the ring?
I don't remember any of you guys have it.
Fuck it. Noma lifts the ring up.
are you talking about this?
The Revenant looks down at the ring and he holds his large metallic wooden hand out. Yes. Give it to me.
He drops it in his hand reluctantly.
He pulls the ring back towards his large body and he looks down at it as his bright blue gazing eyes peers down upon the silver ring. He kind of studies it for a moment and then he pockets it into a pouch. This is it. You have done well retrieving the ring for you know who. Your friend is still safe and alive. We will contact you at a future date, at another time. And as he is putting the ring away, Yaito notices something. He notices that katana. And he just points out at the katana. Wait. I do not know of this I have seen many people like this here on Tirester, this metal wooden man. I do not know of this race back home on Ashai, but you have a weapon strapped to you that is very common of where I come from, Shimara. It is a katana. Very many soldiers use it. Are you from Shimara or Ashai? And the Revenant looks over at Yaito. I do not know where I am from. I just know I prefer the katana. And Yaito looks kind of confused. You do not know where you are from, but I have not seen someone wield such a blade here on Tirster. Is this a common weapon here, Nomu? He looks at Nomu.
Not that I've seen.
Interesting. And Stalwart, he just looks back at the group after Yaito was questioning him. That is all I have come for. With that information, we will contact you in a future date.
Wait!
What?
Can you give my friend a message?
Sure. What is your message?
I didn't think I'd get this far. You guys, what do we want to say? You seem kind of mean.
Stalwart looks at Damien. I may work for you-know-who, but I will pass your message along to your friend. He is safe, he is sound and untouched. You have my word.
Has he eaten?
He is healthy and has eaten all the food he has ever wanted.
What? He should have took me.
What is your message that I will relay to your friend?
Yeah, what's the message?
Don't come back here without donuts. You better be level 6 when we see you again, too.
Just tell him that we're worried about him.
Yeah, that too.
We're worried about him. We have the donut in his memory.
We're doing what we can to get him freed.
Yes.
Okay, I will relay these kind words to your friend, but fear not. He is alive and well. My master has not done any harm to him, but we will reach out to you in the near future. I have a feeling that the master will wish to ask another favor of you.
Mm-mm. These aren't favors.
But for now, you have done
Right.
a wonderful job in obtaining this ring.
Mm.
And with that, I will leave you. We speak no more of this. He turns around, he begins to walk away. And he just walks straight out of the tavern, unless anyone else is trying to stop him.
Nope.
Nope.
All right.
Keep moving, buddy.
The Revenant walks out, and as he walks out, Yaito's still confused, and he looks at the party. These metal woodmen, what is this? A whole race of people here on Tirister? I have seen very few of them here, but never have I seen something like that back home in my country of Shimara. What is that called?
I have no idea.
Walking tree.
He's not a tree.
Walking tree. Well, the Revenants would be a fairly common race here in Tirister. Well, I don't want to say common, but they are well known. As the story goes, the Revenants are basically creations, mechanical creations. They start off as wooden, mechanical, robotic-like bodies that are soulless. And what happens is, what you guys do know, the general knowledge of, is an alchemist of some sort brings back a lost soul from the dead and imbues this lost soul within the mechanical body. The soul comes to life as a revenant, but the soul does not remember anything of its past. Most of the revenants are basically created to do a particular job, such as if a revenant comes back, they come back as a soldier, or they come back as a lumberer, or particular, maybe just a robotic being that is used to lift heavy objects. They usually have a sole purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Most of their names are based off of what that purpose is, in most cases.
Is he more like mechanical? Or?
So the overall body is wooden, but on top of the wood, most of them will have metal plates attached to them, like armor.
It just sounds like Mokujin.
Yeah.
But in this world of Reverie, that's what the people know the Revenants to be called. And they're called Revenants because it's kind of goes to the word kind of, the dead. They've come back. It's a lost soul from the afterlife that has been stripped from the afterlife and imbued in this wooden metal-like body.
It fits the description.
Yeah, so they retain some of their personalities from their past lives, but they don't really remember much of it. They occasionally might have flashbacks, but it means nothing to them because they just don't remember. So in the case of Stalwart, Yaito was questioning the katana, so Yaito is still very confused, but the soul that is imbued within Stalwart might have been someone from Yaito's home. You're not sure, but that's kind of what you guys might get just from looking at that. Yaito's questioning this katana,
And when he said he just preferred that as the weapon, you would have a general idea of possibly the soul might have come from someone that was from Ashai.
Mm-hmm.
But that is fairly common knowledge here in Tirister of the revenants. And how it's done and how they're created is not very common knowledge. Just their existence is common knowledge here on Tirister.
All right.
But that is a revenant. So whenever you guys see Warforged, for our listeners, we're going to call them revenants here in the world of Taverns and Caverns. But as he leaves, Yaito is just like looking around and he's still confused. But this katana he has is a common sword of the soldiers back in Shimara, where I come from. That is the only reason I was questioning it. And I have never seen a wooden metal man before coming here to Tirister. It is definitely new to me. I am still learning in the ways of this land. But that is a very interesting life to be wooden. Is it magic or something? I do not know. I don't understand.
Maybe it's somebody from your hometown. They died, and the Skull Reaver took them captive.
What do you mean, someone from my hometown?
Well, the reason he has the katana. Maybe you just don't recognize him. I don't know. You seem connected to him. Very curious about him. I mean, if you want me to keep an eye on him, we can.
I am very curious more so of the style. He also had on his head the V-like symbol. Did you see the golden V on his head?
Yeah, it looked fucking
very
stupid.
shaped like it's shaped. It is a symbol of the helmets many of the soldiers wear back home as well.
Oh,
very Shimaran-like. That is why I was very curious. It is nice to see some of my old culture here on Tirister. It makes me miss back home.
Maybe we'll go visit. I mean, it seems like our vacation to Bracana has been postponed.
Oh, visiting Shimara or even the continent of Ashai is a very long travel, and I would not be able to accompany you.
Well, it's not like we'd stop taking jobs long enough anyway.
I would definitely love to show you my home. It is beautiful. Very beautiful, but as I've mentioned, I cannot return. I am forbidden from returning.
I mean, I could dress you up. They wouldn't even recognize you.
Oh, that is very true. I do not question your skills in makeup, but they would probably know who I was regardless, and I promised I would not break that deal with, the agreement that I made.
They're missing out on some good tea.
Elroy looks around. Well, I think it's time for me to go get some rest. So what's the plan? Are we going to go meet Aviris and Cameros tomorrow morning?
Yeah, try to get the location so we can take care of these Hogwins.
Okay. And if they don't want to give us the location, Yaito, you'll wait here for us to return?
He nods, yes. I will wait a few days for you to return if you guys go seek the dragons. Deal?
Deal.
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 Perfect. Well, with that, I am going to get some shatai, and I wish you all luck tomorrow, and I hope you find what you are seeking.
Yeah, I need that long rest.
At these Xandos. And I wish and I will pray that you do not come across anything of ill will. Be very careful of curses and all of that. It is dangerous coming across the remains of a dragon, good or bad. And Yaito gets up and he is going to leave to get some rest. And Elroy is going to look at the party.
Well, I kind of want to come with you guys to this place. Are you guys cool with me coming?
Hell yeah.
Sure.
Don't mind at all.
Keep rolling.
All right, so Elroy looks up.
Well, I'm going to get some rest, some shut-eye. I'll see you guys in the morning at the southern gates at 7 a.m.
Good night.
All right, so is anyone else doing anything before you all get a long rest?
Oh,
No.
No.
want the HP back.
Say.
All right.
scared.
So we'll go ahead and fast travel throughout the night. You guys all go and get a room, and you guys are able to sleep soundly for the night. Everyone's HP is full. All your spells have returned. They would have returned anyways, traveling back from the ruins to the town, but tonight is a long rested night that you guys all are able to have. Nothing really bothers you for the rest of the night. I do need to make Isundra. I need you to make me a saving throw, though.
Oh no.
Why?
I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
No, you're only doing this because I reminded you.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
Let's see what you roll.
Fire.
All right, 24.
Ain't
So-
no werewolf in me.
Throughout the night, Isundra, she has some dreams of wolves howling and tearing of the flesh, and she remembers Ediar transforming, and part of it begins to really take over her dream, but none of it really wakes her up. She's able to fight off some of the urges in her dream, but she does dream of werewolves and wolves. But she makes a successful saving throw.
Hell yeah, I did.
So, as the night goes on, everyone's well rested. Morning comes. Aviris and Cameros are waiting for you all at the southern gates. Is anyone doing anything before you get to them?
I would like to head to the nearest church after I snag those feathers or hippogriff off of Isindra.
Why?
I have all the ingredients.
Oh. Oh, is that one of them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh. Wait, why did I have them?
because you picked them up.
Mm-hmm.
They're not in this list. I must have already gave them to you. Okay. It's fine.
It's fine. We could just say you have them.
Okay.
So you're going to the church?
Yes.
Okay. So what do you do when you get to the church? When you get there, it's fairly open. There's not very many people there. It's pretty early, but there is still the cleric that you spoke with earlier that's there. If I remember, it was a female.
Yes. I would like to talk to a priest or someone about curing a curse.
The female cleric looks at Ediar. Ah, yes, I remember you. Yes, what about the curse, and what exactly are you? What kind of curse are you trying to cure?
Yes, I've already gone out and gathered all the ingredients, but I'm trying to cure lycanthropy.
Ah, is it for you or a friend?
It would be for me.
The curse, that is one that is very difficult to remove. Unfortunately, no one here at this particular church can perform that. However, back at the capital, Stratham, the main church there should be able to do that for you.
Damn.
Smoked.
Okay. Well, thank you for the information.
I deeply apologize. It's just no one here is skilled enough to remove such a powerful curse such as that.
So Hodunk Town.
Sounds like you should be paying taxes. You shouldn't do anything else.
But trust me, the clerics and the priest back in Stratham, they can cure such a thing, and they have all of the ingredients usually if they're not low on them to do it. It will cost you some gold, but they can do it.
Well, thank you for the information. I have talked to the church over there before, so...
Oh,
I
so
guess,
you are well aware of what they can do.
Yes, so later on I guess I will be heading back.
Well, I wish you safe travels, my friend, and I hope that the full moon does not affect you anytime soon.
We shall see. Hopefully. Where is your tithe box?
It is by the door.
Done.
On my way out, Ediar tosses in 5 gold.
She nods to you. Thank you, my fellow cleric. May the gods and goddesses watch over your soul.
Thank you.
So you just couldn't wait to spend the money we just got. You could have given that to the church that was going to do their job.
We didn't even say how we're splitting up the 300 gold.
You can split that up however you want.
I mean,
Well, Yaito's not here, so.
what? No.
Damn.
It'd be 60 gold split 5 ways.
Yeah, that's fine, unless someone has a problem.
Fine.
All right, so everyone has 60 gold from that 300, including Yaito.
All right.
So you drop 5 gold, and you make your way back to the party, and you all meet up with Aviris and Cameros then?
Yep.
Okay. As you guys come across the two, they're waiting for you. 7 o'clock hits, and Cameros is yawning. Nice of you all to show up.
No, we're not gonna start this shit.
It's
Right.
pretty damn early. Did you all eat? Because we're ready to head out.
Nah,
We
we're
should be
good.
fine.
Okay. So,
Hold on.
what?
Is it buffet?
What?
Man, nothing. Let's go.
What?
I
Look,
was just seeing if it had a breakfast buffet.
I don't have a buffet on me.
No, I meant the
Tavern.
place.
Well, I don't know. They might have had a buffet. I didn't stay at that, whatever you guys stayed at. I stayed at a nicer place
Oh,
with
whoa.
fancier things and items, you know?
What's wrong where we stayed?
Nothing's wrong with it. I just prefer
It didn't have a
fancy.
buffet.
I had some delicious eggs and bacon.
Shut the fuck up, Cameros. We're so over it.
What?
Look, I was just at church trying to change, and look what you've done.
Ew, church.
Ew.
Who goes to church?
I wouldn't take that if I were you, Edior.
As you guys are talking, Aviris, she gets onto her horse and she just sighs. All right, well, if you're all coming, let's go. And reminder, you still have Rogar's horse and then that extra horse if you guys are taking it with you. I'm
I wanna
going to
take
put it in the
Rogar.
stables for now, but you guys don't have to take it.
Oh.
Elroy is with you. You can get on his wagon if that's what you guys prefer.
Yeah.
Yep, wagon.
Okay.
I don't want
I
to
like wagons.
disrespect Rogar's horn.
Okay.
He didn't take it with him. He should have took it.
What'd you say?
Don't worry.
Elroy? Was Eddie about to say something?
No, I just said I like the wagon.
Okay.
Oh.
You guys get onto his wagon. Cameros and Aviris, so they're both on their individual horses. You guys begin to make your way back towards the Greythorn Forest. Aviris looks over her shoulder. All right, I will lead the way. Just follow me. And when we get there, just expect the possibility of anything happening, okay?
Hmm.
We are coming across a place that has never been touched. Anything can be there. Monsters, treasure, goblins, who knows? So just keep your eyes peeled. And this exact location that I've read, it's probably a few hours from where we're at, okay? Cameros looks over at the group. Well, when we get there, if there are treasures, we will split them evenly. Capiche?
Capiche.
It seemed to go okay the first time.
Yes. I mean, it's only decent of us to share the wealth. You helped us find the location. So, I mean, part of the treasure is yours. And, you know, anything else that we find, historical value-wise, that's all Aviris' thing. So, the treasures, I should say, is ours. Aviris doesn't really care about the treasure. So, yes, I had eggs and bacon. It was delicious. What did you all have?
Nomu's kind of drooling.
Eggs and bacon, huh?
Yes, eggs and bacon with some butter biscuits with delicious cheese on top.
My God, I'm hungry. So Nomu's going to reattach himself to his hip again. Can't be trusted.
You haven't eaten yet today, Rob?
No, this ain't my time to eat.
Okay. Well, then why are you hungry?
Because he's making me hungry.
Yeah, that's what I fucking thought. Because it's time to eat.
So, as you guys travel, fast travel, you guys make your way back into the Greythorn Forest, and Aviris is taking you guys off path. You guys are going through a deep cut in the Greythorn Forest that has never really been traversed, really. And as you guys are making your way towards this location, you guys find it much more difficult to travel with the wagon, but you're able to force your way through.
But after a couple hours, you guys find yourselves deep within the Greythorn Forest. And by looking around, you can see that, again, no one's really traversed this area. But you eventually get to this area that is completely blocked by thorns and heavy trees, thick as your wagon. The sunlight does not really break the canopy up above where you're at. But behind this large thicket of thorns and trees, there is like a protruding hill formed of nothing but thorns. And it stretches out for yards and yards. And Aviris looks around, and she looks back at the scroll. If my calculations are correct, this is the location. And she continues to look at the scroll. Everyone stand back. I'm going to say some words and potentially cast a spell.
Okay, standing back.
And Aviris begins to read off the words from the scroll. And as she does, the stretch of thorns and trees that make this large hill where you guys are looking at, it begins to slowly disappear. As it slowly begins to disappear, a pathway becomes visible that leads into a grove. As the thorns vanish, the hill with all the thorns vanishes as well. And the grove that soon becomes visible to your eyes is a large one. It's going to be probably about 100 yards or so. And within the grove, there is a small creek that's flowing with water from the east to the west. And lying halfway in the creek, on top of it, I should say, you guys see the remains of a dragon's skeleton.
Dun, dun, dun.
The sunlight...
What's the moon?
It's daytime right now.
What's the phase? I don't trust you and your canopies.
So let me change the map really quick.
You got a point there.
One second. So everyone should be seeing the map. As the pathway opens up, you all begin to slowly make your way towards the large dragon skeleton. Everyone go ahead and make me a perception check.
Oh. Garbage. Blind. Deaf.
Trash.
Nat 20.
All right. Number with a 12, Eddie with a 24, Nat 20, Damien with a 5, Isunja with a 23. So, as you guys begin to make your way into the grove, Aviris and Cameros, they lead the way. And as you guys enter the grove, again, you see this creek with the waterway halfway into it or over it, the remains of a large skeleton that forms to looks like it was a dragon. But what you see is a very ancient and old sight. The bones of this dragon has trees and thorns growing out of it. It is covered in moss and grass, and just vegetation has taken over it. You can see the horns on top of the dragon's skull coming out are now of bark and trees. And birds are all within the trees around the grove, and you hear them chirping. And for a time, it sounds peaceful, and it looks very peaceful. But Aviris, her eyes widen, lighten up, and she looks forward as she's slowly walking, and she's just in awe of this large dragon skeleton. The skeleton itself is ginormous. It is larger than anything you all have ever seen creature-wise.
Jeez.
And Elroy stands back, and he's kind of in shock, and he goes, "Oh my God, that thing is massive! That's a dragon lord skeleton?" And Cameros just has this large grin on his face, and he's smiling, and he looks back at Elroy. "That, my man, is the skeletal remains of Xandos the Raging Fire, a gargantuan dragon. Biggest size that we've ever known to have seen. An ancient dragon lord. This is incredible. I have never thought we would see
the remains of the ancient Xandos. What do you all think? This is amazing.
This is incredible, but how do I make a weapon from his bones?
I wouldn't disturb its resting place. How are you?
I don't think he's gonna wake up.
So what did we come here to just stare at it? I mean, we got to take something, right, to prove that we...
Whoa. Be careful. We can't just mess with things. Tread carefully. Like, you never know. There might be a curse or something waiting, but let us search the area. There might be treasures attached to him of some sort. I wouldn't touch the bones just yet until we know what we're doing.
Yeah, no, I don't.
We won't ever know what we're doing until they try to kill us.
If you want to wait roughly 10 minutes, we can take a precautionary step. I can ritual cast Water Walk, allowing all of us to walk on water, walk through the river for about an hour.
Aviris shakes her finger at Ediar. Yes, let's do that. 10 minutes. Go and start preparing that. I'm going to study this magnificent skull while you're doing that. And she steps closer to the skull, and she's not touching it, but she is in complete awe. She just is in love with what she's seeing, and like her historical mind is going, it's triggering. Things are triggering left and right. And she is studying it, and she kind of just leaves the party to themselves. And Cameros is like, yeah, go ahead and cast that. I'd like to walk on the water.
Okay.
I would love to be.
Give me 10 minutes.
Don't do it for him, Ediar.
I can do it for everyone. I can
No. They watched us struggle across that bridge. We'll watch them struggle on the water. Should it come to that?
I didn't struggle.
You are just so capable of disconnecting yourself from the point. It's impressive. Well, you can at least do it to me first, because I'm your friend and he is not.
Everyone gets it equally.
I'm first, is what I said.
No, I don't think you should make a weapon out of its bones. It's kind of disrespectful.
I'm gonna be using him.
I know, but it's...
What's wrong with the greatsword?
Depending on what culture you're from, it could be considered respectful.
All right, fine. I won't touch the bones yet.
I'd ask Aviris if that's a thing.
Aviris is kind of ignoring you guys right now. She's just studying the skull. She's walking back and forth, looking at the skull. She is
Now I'm
completely like in her own world right now. All right. So Ediar, you take 10 minutes to cast your spell, which allows everyone to walk on water. And as everyone gains access, is there like a number of people, or is it just everyone in the party? You have enough?
Up to 10 people, so yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. So you give everyone the ability to walk on water, and Cameros is just like, oh, this is nice. I'm going to go look over here for some treasure. And he has his hands kind of just rubbing against one another. If you guys find anything, be sure to let us know.
Yeah, you got it.
Mm-hmm.
And Elroy's just interested in general in what's going on, and he wants to get closer to the dragon just to get a peek of it, because this is something, he's never seen. And he gets closer a little bit, not too close, but he's looking at the skeleton, and he's just like, this is crazy. This is so crazy. I was never expecting to see something like this in my life. Like, this is what they say Armas and Solaris killed in the stories. As children, we heard all about this. And to finally see that it's been killed and here in the Great Thorn Forest, that's good to know, right? So he doesn't really he's not still alive, so he'll never come back to kill everyone like he was wanting, because in the stories he followed Tiamat, and that wasn't very good.
I don't know. After seeing skeletons move and zombies, whatever those things are, I'm pretty sure, I'm not sure it's alive or dead.
Well, I mean, don't you all think this is exciting?
Oh, yes, it's history.
I mean, it's okay. I guess I just didn't know how much I wanted to see this. I mean, let me back up a bit. Let me, stands up like a camera. Oh, man, I'm going to get too drunk to be able to accurately describe this when I get home. This is quite a sight. I just wish I could climb all over it.
No one's going to look around.
Okay.
So you guys can go ahead and make some investigation checks or something if you want to look around to see if you can find anything.
Investigation.
Roll that fire.
That is not fire. That's not even lukewarm.
All right, so Damien with a 20, Isundra with an 8, Nomu with a 6, and Ediar with a 12. So Nomu and Isundra, you guys don't really come across anything that really sticks out. As you see, the grove is, again, it's an ancient site. There's the vegetation and nature has taken over the skeleton and the area. You don't come across any items of value, no treasures of anything that you can see. Damien and Ediar, as you guys are looking around, Ediar with a 12, you really don't see anything of value, but you are probably, I would say, your character would probably be curious to see if you can possibly see where the wound possibly may have struck the dragon, because as you know, your goddess and the god Armas are the one that struck it down. With investigation of 12, I'll say you do kind of see some cracks near the ribbed area of the bones. You can't really make everything out, though, with a 12 due to all the vegetation that's grown all over the skeleton. But you kind of have a small idea that the killing blow might have been near the rib cage. But Damien, as you're looking around, you don't really necessarily spot anything too crazy of value, but you do come across a small red crystal near the northeastern portion of the creek, I would say, near one of the trees that are growing out of the head of the skeleton's skull. A very tiny red crystal, nothing that shouts out at you that it's going to be anything important or anything worthwhile, but it is a small red crystal.
Ooh.
You don't know what it is just yet. And Cameros, he's looking around too, kind of digging around. He's still not touching the skeletons. Aviris is still studying the skull, and she's looking around. And as you guys are doing that, she speaks up, and she looks at the rest of you. I have done my research, and I have looked into this. This is definitely the remains of a red dragon. My worry was it would be a different kind of dragon or not the Dragon Lord. However, with how big this thing is, this is definitely one of an ancient dragon, one that would fit the description of Xandos, the Dragon Lord. This definitely has to be his remains. I can't see anything else being it. So the stories of it being struck down and landing here in the Greythorn Forest are definitely true, which leads me to the next thing I wish to do. And she looks at the rest. If you all don't mind, I want to attempt something here.
Oh, no.
And she looks back at the skull, and she just rubs a hand on her chin, and she's just thinking for a moment.
It.
I want to do something. I want to see if it works.
Oh my God, she's gonna try to
Not
revive it.
raise it from the dead.
Well, can you come see what this little red thing is first before you start, being crazy?
Aviris looks over at Damon. What did you find?
It looks like a little crystal.
Let me see it.
I'm not going to pick it up. Come over here.
Fine. She walks over towards Damien to look at the crystal, and she kneels down, looking down at it, and she studies it for a moment. Make a roll. All right, so that's not very high. She's just looking down at the crystal. She's not too sure what it is, but she's going to look at Damien. All right, I wish to test something. Step back.
Oh, God.
And she looks around. She picks up a stick, and she pokes at the crystal with the stick, and nothing happens. And she goes, interesting. Let me try something. She holds her hand out, and she casts Mage Hand. And the Mage Hand slowly pokes the crystal. Nothing happens to the Mage Hand. But then she attempts to pick it up with the Mage Hand with two of its fingers, the thumb and its index finger. The Mage Hand picks up the little red crystal. Nothing happens. But she brings it up to her face, and she's looking at the red crystal. Interesting. What would this be doing here? I can't imagine something like this just be laying here amongst the
of nature. This is not something nature creates. This possibly could be something.
The remains of someone else that tried to come here and do too much?
Well, the illusion was still here. So if someone came and died, the illusion wouldn't have been here. There was an illusion hiding this grove from people. And the way to remove the illusion was in a spell that was in the scroll we found. So I can't imagine someone coming here before us and dying. The illusion wouldn't have been there. But if this crystal is indeed from the ancient times of Xandos,
It could have come from the dragon itself.
it possibly could have been worn by the dragon it's himself, or a treasure of Xandos. This could be very valuable. Let's take it with us. But,
What?
Yes, well, let's take it with us and study it. Let's not leave it here.
No, I mean, what? He's this big, extravagant dragon, and that's his ice? That little ass chain? You can keep that.
Well, it is known that dragons take the form of other species, other humanoids. Perhaps as a humanoid, Xandos carried this for who knows what reason. It could be a part of a necklace or an amulet of something. But what we know is this crystal is most likely from ancient times, which it can be placed in a museum, or for all we know, could have magic tied to it. But let's not break it yet or do anything like that. Let's take it and study it.
Well,
Are you all okay with that?
you can study it, but if it's worth something, can I have it back?
We can split it. How about that?
Oh my, yawn is splitting. I found it.
And it will be my
Aren't you rich
resources-
already?
It will be my resources that figure out what it does. I am somewhat well off. Yes, you can say I'm somewhat rich, but it's not about the money, Damien. It's about the other things, the magic, what we can do with possibly what we find out about this.
You lost me after it's not about the money.
Well, it can be about the money for you, but it's not about the money for me.
It's just like, I don't get it.
I know, you came here with your magnifying glass to show us all how superior you are.
Okay, let's take it with us. We'll split it however way. We'll deal with it when we get back to town, okay? But for now, I want to attempt something.
Well, I want to leave. I'm ready to go. She out of control.
She heads back towards the skull of what you guys would assume is Xandos, the Raging Fire. And she slowly begins to cast a spell. And she looks down at it. All right, everyone, prepare yourselves.
Oh, what are
This-
you gonna do?
It's
What do you
going to be...
Right, we're not taking a vote or nothing. She's just going to do this?
Yes.
I have a guess. Are you casting Speak with the Dead?
Not necessarily. Something along those lines.
Why don't you just tell us?
I know, she's being really cryptic and suspicious. I think we should jump her.
I can cast that first, if you would allow to speak with it before you try to.
Oh, no, I don't wish to speak with Xandos. I do not wish to speak or talk with the Dragon Lord himself. I wish to see if I can animate the bones.
Oh, yeah, we know. That's why we don't want you to do it.
That sounds like a much worse idea.
It's fine. Nothing wrong should happen.
You'll fit right in, Cat and Co. This is a spot for you here.
No, Cat and Co is a democracy.
She looks
She's making decisions.
She looks at the party. Look, if anything goes wrong, it's just my spell is not going to work, or I'm not strong enough to do such a thing. But I want to test it. If I can animate it, I only wish to animate it for, a little bit of time, not long. There might be things under the body that I can make the body move without us disturbing it ourselves. We can't move the bones and the main skeleton ourselves with our hands without disturbing much. If I can make the skeleton stand up and move, we can see if there's anything underneath it.
She's got a point.
No,
Elroy, get the wagon ready.
Elroy's already on the wagon. He's already on the wagon with his oxen, his hands on the reins. I'm ready to bust my ass out of here if something happens. I don't care about those two.
Right.
What if you reanimate it and it doesn't listen to you?
If that's never happened.
Yeah, it hasn't happened yet.
And if it doesn't listen to me, well, we're out of here.
And then it's just alive.
Well, the animation spell only lasts for so long. I have to recast it every time. It would eventually just wear off.
I don't trust any of this.
There's so many problems with the situation, but go on.
I offered to jump her. Nobody wanted to do it, so.
I don't want to jump her.
I'm on the
Cameros just
wagon.
goes, all right. She does weird shit like this all the time. If anything bad happens, we'll run away. We'll be fine. I'm just going to stand back here.
I'm on the wagon.
I've been in the wagon.
Look, you're not going to stop her. I've tried. Once that woman has her eyes set on a goal, she ignores everything else. The fact she's asking us if it's okay that's a huge step for her character. But if shit goes crazy, we're the fuck out of here.
Well said.
All right, Aviris, it's showtime.
All right, perfect. So she takes that crystal with her mage hand, and she's going to put it in her little bag of holding and puts it into another dimension in her bag. That way it doesn't fuck anything up physically in your plane of existence if something does happen.
Smart.
And she walks up back to the skull, and she has a large smile on her face, and she's excited. She's like, this is amazing. This is going to be news to the world. And she holds out both of her hands, and she begins to cast her spell. You guys can see she's casting her necromantic spells. And as she's beginning to cast her spell, everyone make me a perception check.
Oh, roll fire, please.
Oh!
That is not fire. What's going on?
Oh, no. All right, so everyone got above a 10 or a 10. So as she begins to cast her Animate Dead spell, the sunlight that's shining down onto the grove from above, that's piercing through some of the canopy, begins to dwindle somewhat, and the sunlight slowly begins to become dark. The skies above you begin to grow thicker and darker with clouds, and you guys can now hear a loud thunder cracking along the sky above you. And she's in the middle of her spell as this is happening. And as you hear that loud, thunderous crackle, lightning strikes in the air. And as she's about to finish her spell, you all hear a loud, thunderous voice come from above. You dare attempt to mess with the remains of my body.
Told you.
Who do you think you are? And you all can hear this loud, thunderous voice. It's coming from all over as if it's like a god speaking down to you.
Yeah, but she's like the only one standing out there. Everyone else is in the wagon.
Oh no, I think something's bad's happening. I think you should stop. Aviris, I think you should stop.
Cameros is looking around. Oh boy. And
Oh boy.
Aviris, she looks up around and she's almost done with the spell, and she just ignores it. And the loud, thunderous voice just screams out, I am Xandos, the raging fire dragon lord. You have stumbled across my remains, and you defile my resting place.
All right,
With
go.
your hands, you dirty mortals. You shall be offered to Tiamat as supper if you do not leave this place at once. And as that is happening, Aviris finishes her spell, and she has this large grin on her face, and the skeletons slowly begins to shift left and right. And as it shifts, there is a powerful force that pushes Aviris back a couple feet, and she lands on her back violently as the dragon skeleton continues to shift, and the sockets where the eyes would be, they begin to glow brightly with a red flash. And as that happens, Aviris slowly gets back up, and she looks somewhat confused. But as she gets up, the voice speaks down to her. You dare to control my body. I am a never-ending, raging fire. I shall always exist in Dearester. I am not dead. You have just come across my remains. I still exist. You would attempt to control my body. You fool. I know who you are, all of you.
Mm-mm.
And as Aviris slowly gets back up and she just looks a bit confused and she's like, wait a minute. I'm not controlling it. I should be in control.
Yeah, I fucking told you.
Yeah, Wesker.
The Xandos' voice, his thunderous, loud, angry voice, peers down at everyone and he shrieks out, "You know nothing of what you mess with. You will never stop my return. I am here, and I always will be. It is only a matter of time until I take back what is mine and offer it to the dragon goddess Tiamat. You are nobody. You will not stop me, Skull Reaver."
Oh.
Oh, shit.
And with that, Cameros is just like, what? And Aviris just has this grin on her face.
The
And
fuck?
Xandos continues to speak. "You do not fool anybody.
Fooled us.
I know who you are. Your undead minions shall not triumph over me, Skull Reaver. Show your true face."
Oh, hell no.
And Aviris is pushed back again, and as she's pushed back, she
Where
just
the fuck's Rogar?
looks back at everybody, and she just looks at the party. "Do not believe his words. What is the Skull Reaver?"
Xandos, she took your chain.
What do you know about the Skull Reaver?
We don't hang out with her. We don't really like
Xandos
her. She's not our friend.
Slowly gets up. The skeleton slowly begins to get up, and it slowly points a claw down at Aviris. "The fool you travel with is the one known as the Skull Reaver."
She done killed Rogar.
Where the fuck is Rogar?
Noma just looks at Aviris.
What's he talking about?
She is the Skull Reaver.
We didn't trust Cameros, but it was her. I flirted with her.
What does a voice in the sky gain by lying to us? I totally believe her.
Where is Rogar?
All right, I need. So as he's speaking, the skeleton slowly begins to slowly get up a bit more, and Aviris just looks over. "I can't control it, Cameros. We have to get out of here." And the Xandos speaks out, "No one leaves here alive.
No, Yaito's waiting
You all
for us.
die today."
Oh my
And
God.
I need everyone to make perception checks.
Oh,
Right, we don't even fuck with him like that. You have it all wrong.
God.
finally some good fire rolls.
Right, somebody needed
We're
one.
All
trying to
right.
roll like shit.
Noma with a 23, Ediar with a 13. Woo! Isundra with a 9. Isundra is
I'm scared.
too scared of what's going on. But Nomu and Ediar, you hear footsteps behind you charging your way.
I'm trying to slap Elroy
Yeah.
to get him to go.
So Elroy's like freaking out, but before he can even get going, you guys hear footsteps running from behind you. And as you guys are all kind of preparing yourselves to retreat, you guys notice there are a group of individuals coming your way from behind. And what you see behind you, you see someone that looks familiar that you met not too long ago. Stepping towards you, you see the Revenant, Stalwart. He is walking forward, and alongside of him are several zombies. All right, I'm just moving them. Several zombies come their way along with Stalwart as if they were like listening to him. And as they make their way, Aviris looks over at Cameros and then back at Stalwart, and then she just has this smile on her face. And as she's just smiling, she lifts her hand up and her body begins to shift, and long cloak appears over her body, and the hood appears over her head, and the face of a skull shifts and creates her face.
No way!
And she reveals that she is indeed the Skull
A
Reaver.
bitch.
She hasn't eaten a damn thing. That should have gave it away.
So as she stands there, she points up at Xandos' skeletal remains, and she goes, "No, we've come too far to retreat. We must take its body. Stalwart, do not let those fools retreat. Don't let them get away.
What the
Cameros, help me capture this raging fire's bones." And Cameros just unsheaths his blades. "As you wish, madame."
Wait.
And as Elroy's looking around, guys, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I'm slapping him in the head. Like, get those reins going. I'm out.
Where's Rogar?
So is everyone still on the wagon? Are you all going to try to retreat?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the fuck out of here.
I want to know
Couldn't
where
find his ass
Rogar is.
before. Well, it seems like the Skull Reaver can find us at any moment. They know what our next job is.
All right. So the Skull Reaver, along with Cameros and Stalwart and the zombies, they're all a team right now. And the Skull Reaver is attempting to subdue the Xandos' remains, wanting the skeletons or the dragon's skeleton for herself in controlling.
We should have listened to Yaito.
And as she says this, she looks back at Stalwart. "Do not let them escape. If they get past you, Rogar will take care of them."
What did you say?
And
What?
she turns her back to you and she looks up at the dragon skeleton, and Xandos speaks and he roars into the sky. "Enough!
I'm out of here. She said
You
Rogar
all
over there.
will perish today." And at that point,
Today.
He cut a promo on us.
the Xandos' skeleton lifts a claw and it swings down at the Skull Reaver, and the Skull Reaver, along with Cameros, they prepare themselves for battle. The zombies, they charge forward slowly towards the skeleton as well as you all. But you guys being in the wagon, Elroy, he swings his hands down on the reins of his oxen, and they both begin to charge out south out of the grove. And you guys are able to zoom past most of the zombies. And as Stalwart unsheathes his blade, his katana, to attempt to stop you, he is forced to jump out of the way from the two oxen charging forward. And as that's going on, Aviris, or the Skull Reaver, yells back at Stalwart, "After them, Stalwart! Do not let them get away with this information." Stalwart nods and he begins to charge after you guys. And with that, you guys are leaving the scene, and the Skull Reaver begins to do battle with Xandos' skeleton as you guys are retreating. And with that, we will end this
No,
episode.
where's Rogar?
Oh!
Taverns.
Rogar's an undead servant.
Thanks again, everyone, for listening to another episode of Taverns and Caverns. This is your Dungeon Master, Ryan, at Haphazard DM on Twitter. That's where you can find me. And you can also follow some of our other players.
Hi everybody, I'm Felicia, I play Sundra, and you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Dagger Tribal.
And I'm Bri, I play Damien and Desiree. You can follow me at Blaze_NBK on Twitter, that's my new name, and Instagram is just BlazeNBK, no space.
I'm Julian, also playing Eddie R. You can follow me at JWPlay0 on Twitter or JWPlay0 on YouTube.
I'm Robert Jones, and I don't have social media, but I am on YouTube. You can find me at TrueBone, that's TRU Bone. I make simple videos by putting video games to movies.
All right, awesome.
Blood and bone, that's all I thought about.
That's our players. Again, thank you for listening, and you can follow us again on Twitter at Taverns Caverns. Cool, and that's it.
See you guys next time.
All right.
Yeah.